You can never underestimate... Fuck.
This is Winging It, the somewhat whimsical, certainly whirring, decidedly wonky, seldom weighty, endlessly well-intentioned, and wildly witty show about music where one knows what's coming and the other doesn't. And this show happens in between both proper to ensure you can spend a whole fuckload of time with us. And I don't know what a fuckload is equivalent to, but it's a lot.
It's like a metric shit ton. You know?
I think so, metric shit ton. Yeah. Perfect. So this time, we've sort of talked about this before. We talked about like the worst musicians of all time, but this time we're going to really be loaned some harsh words by the noisy staff at Vice.com. So,
they're going to give us pearls, basically?
They're going to try.
Yeah, some maybe, yeah.
Oof, they're going to try.
But it's good. We're going to let the young men yell at the clouds for a change.
Yes. So they took it upon themselves to make this incontrovertibly correct list, sorting out the bargain bin losers who've done their best to ruin everything we've come to know and love about the craft of music, from the bands that really deserve your attention. Here, in alphabetical order, are the worst musicians of all time. So I'm going to see if you can guess some of these by the description given.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
So here we go. This particular band is definitive proof that rock and roll is the only place where you can be a professional 12-year-old for 40 years and have it be totally normal, okay thing. It's great they built a discography singing about how great their penises were, but let's not forget that Jack Black and a band of actual 10-year-olds in School of Rock did a better job with their music.
For some reason, don't ask me why, I'm going to go out on a limb and suggest that this is a reference to Kiss.
AC/DC.
Oh, okay. Because I know that Jack Black and School of Rock, they did AC/DC, but for some reason the description sounded like Kiss. But you're right, it's even more like AC/DC.
Yeah. So, do you agree?
Well, AC/DC is overrated, certainly.
Oh yeah.
However, they've got a lot of good shit, and they're sometimes they're the best band you'll ever hear for 15 minutes, and then you're praying for death after that. It's they get old after that, but
the best band.
Not the best, but they're more than satisfactory. I mean, there's sometimes I really get off on AC/DC. So,
all right.
Yeah, that is certainly possible.
All right. So I don't know if you're going to guess this, but I'm going to throw it out there. So long album titles don't make your singer-songwriter ditties innovative. This is music for people who drink kombucha and call themselves poets, even though everything they write is a terrible symbolism about getting broken up with or some shit no one cares about.
Fiona Apple. No.
Yes.
Is it?
Oh my God. Holy shit.
Well,
what the fuck?
I know. You should see the surprise. The reason I happen to know that, it's like I haven't seen her this surprised since I did I did a duet with some guy with Pantero's
That
Walk.
My eyes were like saucers. I was like, what's happening?
It's like, what is he doing? He's up there going, respect. What the hell?
It was fucking rad.
But the reason I zeroed in on Fiona Apple is that long album title thing. And then I started listening to Kombucha. Yeah, this is the whole thing. Yeah, this sounds perfectly. So I shot my shot.
Now, I love Fiona Apple.
I know you do.
I love her. So it's funny. Mm-hmm. I think some of it's real. I do think it's probably for people who drink kombucha and call themselves poets. Probably. But yeah, this just gets worse. So let's see if you know this band. This is a glorified barbershop quartet that a bunch of record store nerds convinced themselves were cool because they sang about surfing, and record store nerds don't know how to surf.
Well, this one is quite obvious.
Yes.
The Beach Boys.
Absolutely.
Barbershop quartet, let's just pretend total ignorance of the instrumental and production innovations of the Beach Boys. Let's just drop that and call them a barbershop quartet.
Yeah, right.
Who sing about surfing. Yeah.
I mean, they do.
They did. They certainly did.
And they have beautiful harmonies.
That was the dead giveaway. They did, absolutely.
But the music is more complex than that. It's not just A plus B equals C. It's more complex.
Yeah,
it's accessible.
I think I misspoke on a recent show. We're talking about, I said something about incredible bass lines, but it wasn't God Only Knows. It was Good Vibration. No, you were talking about God.
I was talking
but I was
that.
referencing the bass on Good Vibrations. But anyway, yeah, God Only
it.
Knows. There you go, right there. I mean, to this dismissive, young curmudgeonly.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. What do you call young curmudgeon? Snot nose, wet behind the ears, something like that.
Snot nose. I like
that.
Snot
nose. Yeah. That'll get you in Instagram jail sometimes, but it's we can say that on our show though.
Oh yeah.
But let's not be too dismissive of the Beach Boys, shall we? But
so this one's gonna hurt. Are you ready?
I'm impervious.
It would make sense to call this band a boy band, except lyrically they fall pretty short of the One Directions of the world. So basically, their songs sound like a bunch of dudes smoking pot and jerking each other off while yodeling. It says all you need to know about this group that the most famous thing they ever did was walk across a street together.
I mean, when you talk about walking across the street together, I'm picturing Abbey Road. I'm picturing the Beatles. The rest of it is so ignorant.
That's about the Beatles.
It had to be boy band, and I'm thinking, and then the disqualifications come, as they always do.
Well, it says songs like Hello, Goodbye, She Loves You, and I Want to Hold Your Hand could have been written by 3-year-olds.
Hello, Goodbye is brilliant. Are you shitting me? Come on, man.
I'm just telling you, they go to town on all of them. Now, I don't know why. I think they're just minimizing the importance because they're thinking that there's better music out there, but you and I both know that doesn't make any sense. So I don't know what you're going to say to this. The only thing about this next artist is the sonic equivalent to a fedora.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
That's quite an encapsulation, I got to say. Sonic equivalent of a fedora? Because I'm not... I'm such a dino. I'm not exactly... The fedora is supposed to suggest a certain type of person, which would suggest the music to me if I weren't completely oblivious to all those things. So I'm going to go with, not the Smiths. No. A fedora. I'm going to give up on this one.
Beck.
Oh, Beck. Okay.
Now that I say that, you go, oh yeah. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So this one hurts. So you're supposed to like this artist because your older brother who studied art at community college told you to, but it's hard to like someone who sings like they're trying to get a Honda off using only sound waves.
Trying to get a Honda off using only sound waves. That is some Lester Bangs shit, if ever
Right.
I heard it. Is he really dead or is he still around?
I don't know. Who do you think that is?
Get a Honda off with sound waves? That's the singing style? And it's described as a guy, right? So
no, it doesn't say you're supposed to like this artist because your older brother studied at a community college, told you to.
I'm gonna take a wild shot and say U2.
Bjork.
Oh,
you see that?
Yeah, the vocals, the getting off the Honda. Yeah, okay.
I'm just going to tell you, Bjork is fucking phenomenal. She's an acquired taste. Not everybody likes her, but she's an incredible artist, an incredible vocalist. I wish.
I sent you that bit with Winona Ryder doing Bjork, didn't I?
Yes.
That was so funny.
So funny.
I don't know a lot of her music. I kind of like what I've heard. She seems very likable.
Oh, she's amazing. But she does some weird shit.
Yeah.
She's almost, I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it like the David Byrne.
What was it, the Sugar Cubes? What was she in before?
She was in the Sugar Cubes, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. All right, so this particular band, more people can name animals that the singer has bitten the head off than actual songs by the band.
Oh, stop. Now, they're talking about the band, although the biting and all that stuff was solo career-wise, but they said band, so I'm going to say Black Sabbath.
That's correct.
One of the greatest, most... I don't care how iconic they are. In my mind, they will always be underappreciated because there's so much more there than, an occasional dumb lyric or,
or Ozzy Osbourne.
Or Ozzy
involved.
making all kinds of... when he gets on stage, it's so irritating.
Well, everything about him is irritating. Well, I figured you were going to be very emphatic during this because they're bagging on our peeps.
Well, yeah, but like I said, Ozzy has sung on some of my favorite albums of all time. The fact that he contributed about as much to him as Britney Spears, I mean, the melodies, okay, an occasional word here and there, but I mean, I can't take away from him the fact that he sang some of my favorite songs
I can
ever.
take it away from him.
But he's overrated as his contributions. Godfather of heavy metal crap.
Give me
I know
a
I always say
break.
that. But they're saying there's nothing good about Black Sabbath except
They're
the
saying no one can name songs by them. They're they're so forgettable.
That's not true. I mean, of course, obviously, but the average person who's not a Black Sabbath fan, no, you couldn't name like 7 songs probably. I bet you couldn't name 7 Black Sabbath songs.
No.
But who are these millions of people who listen to them, though? You know, so
Yeah, I mean, you might say dinos listen to them. I don't know.
kids too. Some wise kids. Yeah.
So, if there were any justice in this world, we'd remember this band not for having played CBGB, but because the singer was the first truly horrible white rapper.
Oh, that's easy. When you said CBGBs, even though a number of people played there of all the iconic New York bands, I narrowed it down to 2, the Ramones and Blondie, and now, of course, obviously, we're talking about Blondie. You know,
Yeah.
Blondie, great band. I don't want to hear any bullshit. They're a great band.
I like them. I don't know if I think they're a great band, but I definitely like Blondie. Great is this next person that they absolutely bag on. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Overdramatic, cooked out buffoon who could barely hit a note and whose career would have exploded in a flash of bad ideas in the mid-'70s if he hadn't hitched his wagon to Brian Eno. Oh.
Well, I mean, the first person who comes to mind, of course, is David Bowie, but I just can't picture anyone saying that. So it's not Reed, it's not Iggy, it's Bowie.
David Bowie.
Coked out buffoon, one of the greatest musical minds. Oh, he could get into
Overdramatic too.
Yeah, I mean, he could get into some, really experimental, not terribly interesting masturbatory shit. But honestly, most of his stuff is absolutely brilliant. Yeah. So, coked out buffoon and crediting Eno. Are you kidding me? I mean, I love the stuff they did together, but you could take Bowie alone compositions and
absolutely
records he produced himself, and you'd still have the greatest performer of all time. Come on.
I mean,
well, this sounds like, dare I say it, rage bait?
It's, maybe, and it sounds like sour grapes. I'm like, what did Bowie ever do to you?
Yeah, I mean, hooked up a phone. He's like, have you never heard any of his music? It's like, I don't know. I think a lot of people hear one song and they go, so what? You know, I mean... And
I'm sorry, why would you call this guy a coked-up buffoon when 99.99% of all artists during that time were coked out?
And this is not a Black Sabbath where you could stop the average person on the street and ask them and they wouldn't be able to name 5 songs. Bowie has a slew of bona fide hits that everybody knows. So
it's just bullshit.
And it's not... They're hits because they're, the mediocre tripe that they play on the radio. They are excellent tunes, and they happen to be hits also.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. So, again, they're fucking wrong. Here's the next one.
Have they been right yet? Not really.
Well, I mean, AC/DC.
Yes, as close as they came. And Ozzy, yeah. No. They said Black Sabbath. Forget it.
But Ozzy, yeah. Maybe if she stopped running up that fucking hill, she wouldn't sound so out of breath all the time.
Well... It sounds like Kate Bush.
It does sound like Kate Bush.
I like the way she talks, though. But she's definitely you're either okay with her voice or you're not, and that's gonna make or break her whole musical canon. I think she's great personally.
I struggle with her.
Oh man, she's awesome.
When I was in school, it was Poe, PJ Harvey, and Kate Bush that everyone liked. And I love Poe and PJ Harvey. I don't get Kate Bush. It's hard for me. Her voice is like nails on a chalkboard a lot of times for me. And people are like, oh, she's great. She's experimental, which I appreciate. And I celebrate that. But, I mean, maybe she should stop running up that fucking hill, maybe. I don't know.
So out of breath. I will give them credit for a good joke.
That's a good joke.
That's a good joke. No, I don't necessarily agree with you. I like Kate Bush quite a bit, actually.
I know you do.
And...
I don't even like that style of music. That little fairy, I'm a wood nymph thing. I can't take it. It's just too stupid to me.
There are occasionally there are times where her voice just goes a little too far.
Little.
Oddly enough, one of the songs that really broke her out in a big way was Wuthering Heights. But the first time I somehow missed it. The first time I heard that song was Pat Benatar's cover, and it's she sings
Anything's
it
better.
a lot better.
Of course.
I mean, not anything, but I mean,
Pat Benatar is Pat Benatar.
there's a lot of stuff that Kate Bush does that is only Kate Bush, and it's great, and I love it to death. But
No.
Wuthering Heights, Pat Benatar got that one. So occasionally Kate's voice will be like, okay, tone it down. But she's brilliant. I love her, though. So.
Brilliant. No. She's an acquired taste, and I don't have that taste. I've tried. I'm all Poe. I'm all PJ Harvey. I'm all that. I'm down, but I can't do that one. I've tried.
So that was the three right there, huh?
Yeah. Those were the three in college everybody listened to, and I got behind them. I got that, but I never got this. I can't. Her voice is, it's like she needs, I want her to get training to fix it. Anyway, so people think it's cool to like this next artist because unlike their contemporaries, not all of their songs are about how they want to fuck their sister. But if you look at, oh, bless you. But if you look at the discography, it's a fiery garbage hole of inane alcoholic ramblings that devolve into that hack who started Def Jam, convincing him it was a good idea to cover Nine Inch Nails.
Well, the first person who leaps to mind covered Nine Inch Nails is Johnny Cash.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and the rest of it, I'm thinking like, yeah, I can see that. You know, the Def Jam thing. We're talking Rick Rubin, you know, and all that.
Not all of his songs were about how he wanted to fuck his sister, so I guess that was a feather in his cap.
Yeah.
But they
Johnny
definitely
Cash
don't
is great.
like
The
it.
American recordings are fantastic too.
I
man.
like Johnny Cash. I mean, is it brilliance? No. Is it great? Yeah. It's like Americana. It's like Down Home. It's like the band. Like, you know, I'm down. So as Pretty Brutal. I don't know if I think it's a garbage hole, but I mean, it's
certainly isn't a garbage hole.
It's not Queen. It's nothing like that. It's not earth shattering. It's just good. It's just there.
I think it's better than that, although it's like you mentioned Queen. It'd be very hard to compare the two.
Well, I'm just saying, if I'm thinking
Yeah.
about quality of musicianship, I'm thinking about vocals. I mean, none of that's there. I mean, he had to do the remember the note before he sang. I mean, that's probably not good, right? I fell into a ring of fire. I mean,
Oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah, it's not so good.
But come on, the guy was singing "I've Been Everywhere" at like 70. I mean, he was just an amazing.
I mean, he
vocalist.
has. He's been everywhere. They think it's a garbage shithole.
Fargo, Sarasota, Minnesota. You know, all that.
It's fine. It's fine. It's just like it's a 5. It's not an 8.
I'm gonna go. He's a lot higher than that. Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. So that'll be interesting. So that's why people have to bag on him, because you're not giving him the right treatment. He gets about a 5 or a 6. So what about this one? If you want to bum people out, play the intro to Straight to Hell and watch their disappointment as they realize it's not the MIA song. That's right. MIA managed to make a more popular song than this band. Thank God someone paid to fix the lead singer's teeth, or this would have just been another unmarketable, British band.
Singer with fixed teeth, British band. The Clash.
Yep.
Yeah. Because you know what? Because Straight to Hell, Joe Strummer, I think. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That was the only thing that caught me. Yeah, The Clash. Yeah. Not
I'm
bad.
sorry, The Clash, of all, like, I guess, punky bands, I fucking love The Clash. I think they're brilliant. I'm down for them. I don't understand why they're not marketable. I think they're great. I think it's catchy as fuck. I don't get it.
Yeah, The Clash is a teeny tiny bit ska reggae, but mostly punk and pop.
Yeah.
But they would come up with like genuine pop hits like Train in Vain and Rock the Casbah and that kind of stuff and everything. Very eclectic. I mean, yeah, I suppose in the beginning it was all like punkier stuff like the Clampdown and everything.
Yeah.
But they really had quite a range. I'm not absolutely in love with the vocals, but they had a good range.
Better than Kate Bush.
Better than Johnny Rotten.
Better than Johnny Rotten, yeah.
No, but no, The Clash is really good, and they are, of course, being complete fools on this one.
This one's funny. Are you ready?
Yeah.
White man discover guitar. White man like guitar. Guitar fun. Guitar make good noise. Cocaine.
What? I mean, the way it was building up was I was thinking of a certain person. And then the cocaine came in. I thought, no, it couldn't be. So it's not Ted Nugent.
No.
Okay, white man discovered guitar, cocaine. I should be.
You're going to be flogged.
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
No.
No. Who?
Cream, Eric Clapton.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's true. White man discovered guitar. White man like guitar. Guitar fun. Guitar make good noise. Cocaine. I get it. It just sums it up. It just feels like just ever so slightly disrespectful, but you know.
I mean, Eric Clapton is a phenomenon. I mean, he's great. He's great. He's up there, certainly top 10, you know.
He's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of the people that, like, and Clapton definitely rates higher with me than most of these people that are, well, obviously they're the best. It's like, no, they're not. Clapton rates way higher with me than Jeff Beck any day of the week.
Okay, we're going to fight in words. I think let's just let them coexist because you and I want to speak after this, right? We want to still have a show.
It's late. We don't.
We don't? Okay. This band just made music about crying, which makes sense considering their lead singer looks like a big wet baby.
Oh, shit. Music about crying. I'm going to go, you know, this is going to be a tough one for you, but I'm going to go with The Cure.
It's The Cure.
A big wet baby. And, you know, I suppose I've heard worse descriptions of Robert Smith, yeah.
The Cure is amazing. And yes, they write songs about crying, but they write songs about being in love and celebrating love and love being amazing. And so it doesn't make sense. It's just a brutal, hasty generalization of an amazing band that you need to listen to more.
Yeah, I did. I actually went back and started listening to early Cure.
They're amazing.
And, yeah.
Okay, this one's going to hurt. Are you ready? So the lead singer of this band looked good shirtless and wearing a necklace on a poster. But that's about as far as he got because the only real influence this band ever had is inspiring a generation of college freshman dudes to learn how to play 6 chords on their dad's acoustic guitar through ultimateguitar.com.
6 chords, that rules out Oasis. Let me see.
Yeah, it's a lot of chords for them.
Yeah.
Too many.
And but shirtless, necklace, I'm going to go with, would they dare open their filthy sewer holes and say such firebrands against Led Zeppelin?
The Doors.
Oh, of course. And there was probably something in there that should have steered me in the right direction, too.
Yeah.
Shirtless. Wait, what was it?
Yeah, the shirtless, and he's got shirtless with the poster, the white poster of him with the necklace.
Oh, yeah, but what was the part after that? 6 chords.
Yeah, 6. Well, it's... the only influence they've ever had is inspiring a generation of college freshman dudes to learn how to play 6 chords on their dad's acoustic guitar through ultimateguitar.com.
Yeah, the Doors didn't leap to mind, but sorry, yeah, because Morrison wasn't always shirtless, and then again, neither was.
It was fine when he was.
Yeah, neither was Plant either, so that's not right. But yeah, Morrison did kind of do that sometimes, I guess, but.
So yeah, they're just saying basically, I guess it seems like dated, and the only purpose they served was to teach college freshmen how to play these 6 chords on their dad's guitar. So yeah.
Gee, I hope the douches that wrote this don't listen. You know?
All right, so here's another one. This artist is possibly the most self-absorbed, self-mythologizing piece of shit to ever pick up a guitar. By writing inscrutable songs to pretend to elevate the Byzantine dramas of his whiny privileged life to some sort of self-construed poetry, he paved the way for our current vapid culture of appreciating personal expression over any form of talent. He couldn't sing, he made a bunch of terrible gospel albums, and he sold out his core folk fan base and its laudable values of anti-commercialism by going electric. Although he was seen as a voice of change, he demonstrated himself to be selfish at every turn of his career, and worst of all, he has 2 first names.
Well, I'm simply going to have to take a wild, random, dartboard at the wall approach and say Bob Dylan.
Yes. Yes. Your face. You know, there's a lot of this I agree with.
I know there is. Something about the first couple of lines made me think of some kind of guitar virtuoso type. And what did the first
He may
line?
fancy himself that. I don't know.
No, not at all. But
possibly the most self-absorbed, self-mythologizing piece of shit to ever pick up a guitar.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I was thinking about self-absorbed. Yngwie Malmsteen came to mind. I don't know why. But Dylan, come on. Dylan's a
He couldn't
cool
sing.
guy.
Still can't.
He rules.
He made
dude.
a bunch of terrible gospel albums and sold it his core folk fan base when he went electric. Yeah.
The electric and the gospel albums was what steered me to Dylan, because the albums, of course, were Slow Train Coming, Saved, Shot of Love, good stuff. And, he went electric at Newport Folk, and that was awesome, too.
So you're saying you disagree with him on that one?
Very.
Come on, there
very
are some true things, like he can't sing. You know he can't sing. He knows he can't sing.
I can listen to him sing easier than I can listen to Eddie Vedder or any of those guys, or even Jimi Hendrix. In fact, Jimi Hendrix thought, well, I can sing because Dylan sang.
Right, because Dylan sucks at singing.
Yeah, well, Hendrix sucks worse.
They both suck at singing.
Yeah.
Both suck at singing.
Anyway, I think Dylan's just fantastic. Maybe the voice is okay because I love his song so much, but no, it's him. I love Dylan.
You don't
love Dylan.
You love his songwriting. You don't love Dylan's voice. But if you'd heard other people sing it first, you'd be like, "Who's that fucking idiot going?" Wee, wee, wee? I mean, it's ridiculous.
What's the matter with you?
Yeah, it's not hot, dude. Nothing good about that. So what about this one? A band with a career that's publicly been about cheating on each other, living hard, and doing a bunch of drugs, yet their music always sounds like it's made for 87-year-olds.
Oh, that's an interesting... if it's anything like the band, that's interesting. Partying hard, doing drugs, and they sound like 87-year-olds. Cheating on each other, living hard, but it sounds like old people music. What the hell? I mean, when you say cheating on each other, I'm thinking Fleetwood Mac. Now, it can't be that. And no.
Fleetwood
doing
Mac.
drugs. Is it Fleetwood Mac?
Yeah.
Does that count if I guess like that?
Yeah, it does. I like that you're like, Fleetwood Mac. Oh, shit.
It couldn't possibly be such and such,
No, it is. I mean, it does sound like it's for older people. I've always thought that. But then
that was a clue too,
Doesn't yacht rock sort of sound like it's for older people too? But I'm totally in. But yeah, I don't care.
I mean, they don't rock super hard if that's what that means.
No, it's middle of the road. But I still like them. I mean, I'm not in love with them. I'm not a disciple like many people are. I love them. They're great.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah.
Okay, what about this one? Are you ready?
I actually got most of these.
Are you impressed with yourself?
I am impressed with myself.
I'm impressed with you.
Can I enjoy this moment of being
Please
impressed
go ahead.
with myself?
I'll wait.
Wow. Okay, go ahead.
All right. This one's brutal. I didn't write this, folks.
No,
How big of an asshole do you have to be to have your dad shoot you?
Oh, my goodness. We're not really talking Marvin Gaye, are we?
They did do that.
And he was an asshole? I mean, even if he were an asshole, we maybe should refrain from saying that since he got murdered by his father. I mean, for heaven's sakes.
Oh, my God. And by the way, Marvin Gaye, incredible voice,
course.
incredible songwriter. Yeah. So that is, I call straight up bullshit and just nastiness on that one.
Yeah,
pure nastiness.
There are some people who are incredible talents, to hear some tell it, who were supposedly just awful people.
Yes.
But I mean, I never heard that about Marvin Gaye. I've heard that about Miles Davis, but I never heard that about Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, I mean, definitely Miles Davis is legendary, and even James Brown legendary for being a dick. The only thing good about this band is that it made it possible for you to get laid simply because of your Guitar Hero skills.
The fact that they mentioned Guitar Hero, and I assume they're not just saying your guitar skills, which makes you a guitar hero. I assume they're talking about the game itself, or the whatever it is.
Game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a game, isn't it?
It's a game.
Something like that. And one band that has featured very, very prominently in Guitar Hero that a really ignorant person would make this statement about would be Aerosmith.
Guns N' Roses.
Oh, shit. That's right. Them, too.
Yeah, but you're right. Aerosmith very heavily
in Guitar Hero.
That Guitar Hero thing.
Yeah, I think they recorded a whole bunch of new tracks, re-recorded classic tracks for that.
Yeah. They really, it was all the rage. I like Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
I really do. And he does have kind of a Muppety voice at times. I totally get that. But it's metal. It's heavy. It doesn't bother me. It's probably the time I heard it too. Sometimes I don't want to hear it. I'm like, ooh, I don't want to hear the Muppet voice, and I just keep going.
You know, when I object to the Muppet voice, Guns N' Roses has aged quite well with me. I think Appetite for Destruction is just one of those phenomenal debut albums. I put It's So Easy on one of my playlists because it's such a banger. Did I say banger? Oh my God, please.
You did. Oh my God.
I'm so sorry. Forgive me. It's such a whatever, a ripper, the only time that the Muppet voice thing really bothers me is when they do covers, which should be forbidden by federal law.
I hear that.
Now, come on now. You're not going to tell me they cover Dylan better than Dylan.
I would rather hear dogs barking Dylan than hear Dylan.
Knocking on Heaven's Door. Hi, hi, hi.
I hate that. I hate that song.
No. Well, I'm not crazy about the song either. It certainly doesn't do Dylan's reputation any justice. I mean, it's not like nothing they say. This is what he's known for. It's like Bob Dylan's Paranoid, for heaven's sakes, you know?
Yeah. So obviously that wasn't complimentary. So here's one, and I think it's going to be obvious. And it's these Muppet guys that say it. Hole? I wish they'd go back in it. Courtney loves Hole.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, they already said the band. You know?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So apparently that's all they have to say about that. You know.
Not that familiar, but I thought they were okay. It wasn't exactly the most grabby stuff in the world. Like, I want to hear more and more of this, but I didn't think it was bad.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It didn't, I'm not moved by it.
I mean, I much prefer the music of the guy she killed. Only kidding, totally kidding, Of course she didn't kill him. Yeah. We've joked about that before. Of course she did. What, too soon?
Every time we bring her up, you have to say that.
And I never thought that.
Every time.
I did that for you.
Fuck?
That's for you. Okay.
Thank you.
No, but I mean, just saying, Nirvana, as an example. Although I fully expect them to turn up on here some. But I mean, come on, the Beatles. There are only a couple of really notable bands that haven't. 3 notable bands that haven't been on here yet. I can't wait to hear them come up.
This artist's only talent was taking his shirt off. Now his only talent is looking like his body has been swallowed up by his own foreskin.
Oh, that now. This one seems pretty obvious to me. Totally wrong about the talent thing. Totally wrong. But, this one does seem pretty obvious, I'm going to say. Especially that last part. This has got to be...
That's not right, man.
Mr. Pop, Iggy Pop, yeah.
Yes.
I love him as a songwriter. Yeah, I mean, he gets wackily improvisational and Roses are red, violets are blue, I like beating off to you, that kind of thing. But
it's okay for Iggy, but it's not okay for Miles to do improvisation. Because of the foreskin thing, is that why?
I prefer Iggy and
in his foreskin.
Maybe, and I never want to I never want to say people, put your shirt on, body shame people or any shit like that. But I mean, Iggy, he could wear a shirt. I mean, but
it's not his jam.
Yeah, and I don't care. I'd love to see him. I almost did
love to
on
see
this
his shirt?
last. No, I'd love to see his foreskin. No, I mean, I'd love to see him perform live and everything, no matter what. But I almost did too. But that's of course his only talent. That's obviously bullshit.
I mean, I like him to a degree, but again, the vocals are not my fave.
Oh no, I like his voice, and I do like his writing quite a bit. Yeah.
It's certainly making sense with the Bob Dylan thing. Yeah. So vocals not important to you.
Moonlight Lady. No, I think he's a great writer, a great singer.
Great singer. Okay,
well,
I mean, Freddie Mercury's a great singer.
All right, he's the great Iggy singer. He sings his own songs well.
He's a great Muppet. He's a Muppety too. He's Muppety.
Oh, he's a Muppet too?
Yeah,
so it's not just Geddy Lee. It's not just
there's some Muppets. There's
Roger Daltrey.
No, there's Muppeties. It's a whole genre of singer.
Wow, wonder how many Muppets there are.
There's so many Muppets. So many. I can't even count Dylan as a Muppet. He's just so far removed from anything normal. He can't even be a Muppet. So here's one. Dude, walking backwards is not that hard.
Who walks backwards? I'm trying to think. I'm going to be really disappointed with myself when I don't get this one, unless it's somebody I never heard of.
No, you've heard of him.
Walking backwards. Who walks backwards?
Michael Jackson.
Oh, what the hell? What am I thinking? I'm like, no. Moonwalking. I'm not even thinking of it as walking backwards. I'm thinking of some, like, music video, like Genesis or something like that. Michael Jackson.
Trying to sum up Michael Jackson in one, I can't handle that.
Okay. Michael
Brilliant.
Jackson, great singer, great dancer, great songwriter.
Great everything.
You know. Now they're just trying to be.
They're trying to piss me off now.
It is total rage bait.
Right?
Just as long as they get the engagement, that's it, you know.
The only thing worse than a talentless egomaniac is 4 of them. The only thing worse than 4 talentless egomaniacs is 4 talentless egomaniacs in clown makeup who slap their dumbass logo on every square inch of product they can get their paws on.
Oh, that's the easiest one of all time. Nobody could ever. It can only describe Kiss, you know.
Yeah, and I don't disagree. Yeah. So I'm totally on board with everything he said. That was not too harsh. That was right-sized.
That's sad. Okay.
Yeah, it's right-sized. Talentless egomaniac is 4 of them. Let's see what else we have here. Sure, the material since the 90s has been subpar, but let's also not forget how bad they were in the 80s and how lame it is to name your band after the genre you're in. Who the fuck would listen to a rap group called Rapica?
Oh, no. Rapica can only suggest Metallica, which is a great name, by the way. You know,
I don't know. I mean, I it's fine now, but I love Metallica and I love their old stuff. I don't understand this at all, but it's true about the Rapica. That's funny.
That is
funny.
Well, I mean, but metallic is a word. They just added an A to it and given it an entire new, personality. I like the name Metallica, actually.
So I'm going to just do a couple more. This one's pretty brutal. I'm going to actually give you the name of this
unlike
person
the other
first.
ones.
It just gets worse.
Yeah.
So this one, I'm going to give you the artist, Stevie Nicks. And the comment is, this dude sucks.
Oh, man. What appalling ignorance.
God, dude. Holy shit. I mean, I like Stevie Nicks, clearly. I like her solo stuff probably better than I like Fleetwood Mac.
She's had some fantastic solo stuff.
I mean,
yeah.
I really do. So.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, that would be... I would be offended by that if they were talking about Katie Lang or something like that, because you could say, or any singer who, like Pink, or any singer who looks remotely masculine. But Stevie Nicks is clearly not that.
She's very feminine.
Yeah, she's very feminine. I mean, few artists, popular music artists, have ever worn dresses as consistently as Stevie Nicks.
That's true.
Yeah, she's not Joan Jett. Okay, this is total feminine.
Yes, I agree. So I'm trying to find a couple here to wrap it up because it gets worse. So here, all right. Wow. Must have taken a lot of creativity to just blatantly rip off a bunch of black guys from America and do a bunch of drugs. Cool dance moves, though.
Oh, that can only... are we talking about Elvis, obviously?
Talking about the Rolling Stones.
No. Cool dance moves, because it could have been either one of them.
Mick Jagger. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't think we were talking about a band here. Well, because the description, I don't even think said that. Well, yeah. I mean, it's no more fair there because, they did a lot of rhythm and blues in the early days, rhythm and blues covers. And according to you, taking the soul completely out of them, like Ain't Too Proud to Beg.
Yeah.
But, and Mick Jagger is very talented, so that's, of course, total bullshit, too.
It's a lot.
But they were one of the ones when I said there were these legendary bands that hadn't been touched yet. That was one of them, the Rolling Stones, yeah.
Here's a dry, nonsensical lyric for you that might accidentally convey the oddity of the human condition. Go fuck yourself. It's hard to know that one, but that one they're talking about Talking Heads.
Oh, yeah, okay. Didn't know that.
Yeah, it's brutal. I was like, what? The oddity, so they say they create nonsensical lyrics about the human condition.
I'm not interested in the sensibility of their lyrics. I'm interested in the fact that they're really great. I like the Talking Heads a lot,
So I'm going to end on this because it just makes me... Well, I'm going to end on... I have 2 more. So, wow.
Are you going to need to pet a puppy after this or what?
No. Wow. I mean, maybe if you have a puppy. Wow. A carefully constructed rock opera about the trials and tribulations of growing up, confronting bullying and abuse, and ultimately accepting yourself. More like Who Gives a Shit. More like the Who Gives a Shit.
Growing up and accepting yourself. I mean, they must be talking about. And when you said rock opera, I was thinking of Tommy first off. Anyway, so it's got to be the Who.
Yeah.
One of the other ones that was not that I thought would be mentioned along with the Rolling Stones, since they don't like anybody. It's like,
since the Who sucks, I mean, it's
the fucking rocks, boy.
no, they don't. No,
Okay.
Roger Daltrey. La, 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 la. I'm out.
He's a Muppet.
He's such a Muppet. Such a Muppet. But I do like Pete Townsend stuff.
Yeah, that's big.
So here, fuck you. So here's the last one. Honestly, this list just needed a Z, and this person probably sucks.
This list just needed a Z. Somebody who sucks with a Z. Well, that makes me. It damn well better not be Warren Zevon. I'm thinking it was the truly suck-worthy Frank Zappa.
That's correct.
Yeah, finally, somebody who belongs on the list.
Other people we didn't talk about, they abused Neil Young. Yes, Wu-Tang Clan. Wow.
Wow.
Fuck you.
The Toy Boat Band, you know. The Toy Boat Trio, yeah.
Unique New York. New York. Wu-Tang Clan, Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, Amy Winehouse, The White Stripes, Kanye West, Tom Waits, The Velvet Underground, U2, Tool, Justin Timberlake, and the list goes on and on and on. Rod Stewart. So there's a lot we didn't cover here, but I feel like we got through a lot.
I'm shocked. The only one of the big top of the Pantheon types that, well, they didn't mention Queen.
They did.
Oh, they did. Okay. What about Led Zeppelin?
No.
Oh, because that's the first one that these pretentious jerk-offs want to get on is Led Zeppelin. Oh, they're so overrated. Oh, they stole everything.
The Queen one says, Bohemian Rhapsody is every terrible improv routine condensed into one 6-minute song.
Please.
Sorry, I wish it wasn't funny. It's kind of funny, but it's not right.
No,
it's
sometimes
kind of
you got to laugh at it, even though it's okay. That was a good joke. You're dead wrong, but that was a good joke. Yeah. But yeah,
they do Otis. They rip on Otis. So there's so many more. But anyway, Smashing Pumpkins. I mean, no one is left out of the pain.
No, apparently not.
But I thought it was kind of fun. I knew it was going to get a rise out of us, and I might need to pet a puppy. I don't know. I might need to have like an ice cream cone or something.
I mean,
because that was a lot.
I feel like asking them who hurt them or something.
I mean, clearly a lot.
Although
a lot of people.
I think the whole staff must have been in on that. However many people.
It is the noisy staff. The whole noisy
because
staff.
There's no way that any one person hates all those artists. Yeah.
I mean, unless Lester Bang's still around.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Although it was completely brutal, not my words. And again, the thoughts, experiences, and ideals shared by Vice.com do not represent our feelings. But again, we've got to allow all people to be heard. So we allow them to be heard, and we shut that shit down when necessary.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want the fact that we even presented this to be construed as that we promote this kind of ignorance, because we don't. You know?
No, But some of it was funny, some of it was tongue-in-cheek, but a lot of it was just straight up brutal. And, you know, I thought it'd be fun. But you got us riled up. It got us riled up. We were pissed off. We were ready. Them as fighting words right now. So we're going to go.
Rawr.
Rawr. We're going to go pet a puppy, get an ice cream cone, whatever we need to do.
You got a little velvet-eared puppy waiting at home?
Then I better go.
You better go pet her.
All right. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that too. I thought that was kind of fun, a little different winging it for us. But now that we've talked about that and we've heard all of the good, bad, and ugly that they had to say, that it leaves for you to say,
let's fly this coop.
This has been Winging It, a presentation of Birds of a Feather, on What the Flock Radio.